Hello everyone, my name is Pratik Prasoon and in this video I'm going to discuss the success story of this initiative and the success story of a lot of individuals who showed faith in us. So some 60 plus students have been selected in TISS for the next 2 years. They will be studying at TISS. Okay, so 10 of our students are from HRM and LR course, 6 from ODCL, more than 12 from health courses and 10 from developmental studies, etc. So let me start by discussing this. From January, I started making videos for TISSnet, which was highly appreciated because of its content and the focus it has on the TISSnet pattern. So when the TISSnet examination happened, then I got many comments on my YouTube section as well as many WhatsApp that sir most of the questions were from your content. As you can read here, काफी अच्छा हो गया TISSnet 2021. So I can say 50% of the questions in GK from my content. You can read, oh my god, found some questions from here, amazing. So आप पढ़ सकते हैं, यहाँ पे आपको फीडबैक मिल जाएगा. अगर आप उस वीडियो पे जाके देखना चाहते हैं वो भी आप देख सकते हैं. And today I am proud that 10 of my students have made to the TISS HRM course. As you can see, Pooja Chauhan, she associated with me for essay writing and I still remember she wrote some 16 to 17 essays before that TISS math round was cancelled. But still she didn't give up and she practiced extempore with me. Also our OPI program. And then Akriti Gupta, she also took our TISS math course. Then Nirali, she was so sincere that whatever feedback we used to give her during the OPIs or during the extempore, she used to write everything and then talk with me and take further feedback. Similarly, Milanda is from basically Kerala, living in Bangalore. So she also took 2 OPIs and a lot of guidance from us. Parmita, she is from I think Jadavpur University and she also took guidance for TISS math as well as OPI. Similarly, Mohni Datta, I still remember she texted me that most of the question in TISSnet were from your videos, which helped her a lot. And then she enrolled to TISS math and OPI also. Ram also enrolled to OPI. Vishal OPI. Rehan also gained from our initiative the MCQs and also TISS math. And Raghavendra, basically he enrolled to extempore sessions. I took some 6 extempore sessions, 1-to-1 extempore session. I guided him in that and eventually he also made it. So I know all of my students by name because I have interacted with them a lot many times. Now what we are going to do? We are going to come up with the best course for TISSnet, which is quality at affordable cost. So if you want to enroll to that, you can call me at or WhatsApp me at 7764869624. Now these are the students who made it to ODCL, and ODCL is the next best course you can say after HR. I still remember Kalpana Pandit calling me several times to ask her doubt, and Mayuk I took the extempore sessions. Atif I took extempore sessions, 6 extempore sessions of you can say 20 minutes each on 6 days, and then Kailash also extempore sessions. Then Tanay gave OPIs. And coming to data analytics, so initially this was a new course and but still some had faith, like Saf, who is just brilliant in data analytics, and then Saurabh Ramteke, he is from IISAR. He is also brilliant, and Subham Bhardwaj, he also made it to data analytics. Okay, and then we have Sobhya Shoaib, Paranika, Vaibhav Vadale, Alisha Parida, Poppy Pegu, and Pramoda. They all made it to Master of Hospital Administration. And Shobhya took essay guidance and then extempore guidance and OPI guidance. Parnika took OPI guidance. Vaibhav took OPI guidance and essay guidance. He also qualified for IB, I think. And Alisa Farida is folk dancer from Odisha, and she also called me whenever she was in doubt. And Poppy Pegu, she is from Assam, and she also took our OPIs and called me several times. Pramoda is one of the best students I would say I have come across, and she is very good. She also made it to hospital administration. Then Neelam is one of the first students to whom I interacted, and eventually she was rewarded. She is also very good student. Pradnaya Gokhale, she showed faith in me She enrolled for my UPSC course as well as TISS course, and eventually she made it to TISS, and she takes UPSC guidance from me from time to time. And then Himani Goel, she also benefited from my initiatives. And then CAF was a bit confused related to DAF, because a lot of people, they don't have the idea how to fill the DAF and how to choose the options. And Saurabh, I still remember, he took the extempore session with me. He was brilliant as far as knowledge is concerned. The only problem he had was language issue. Okay, but he eventually made it. Now coming to developmental studies, Anshika Sachin, she enrolled to our TISSMAT program, eventually made it to developmental studies. Sonali Singh, I took OPIs. Rashmi Shukla, she is my friend, I can say now, because we have interacted many times. And Anshu Mala, she is also brilliant, gave us OPI, and she also actively participated at the extemporaries we used to have at Clubhouse, and she was one of the best speaker. Then Netuni Kayo is from Manipur, and he also showed faith in me in all the rounds, and eventually he was selected. Then Preeti Rana, she also texted me or called me whenever she was in doubt, and we have talked a lot. She also made it. And Swajanya, she also gained from our initiative. Oshin Sahare, she is the daughter of an ASA worker, and she made it to developmental studies. And then Utkarsh, he is also a brilliant student. Now some of the courses where I myself learned a lot was psychology, and Kritika Bose was just exceptional in that she was aware of each and everything, each and every theory, the name of the philosopher or the scientist behind that. And then Prithvi, he is master of media and culture studies. He has very good knowledge of cinema. So I had to do a lot of research for taking interview of Prithvi. Eventually, whatever we asked in the interview, like regarding cartoons, regarding his hobby, which is football, that only came, and he was very, comfortable answering those questions. He also took our essay guidance. Then Krishnayan Das, he is also a brilliant student of South Point, Kolkata, and I think Abhijit Banerjee has also studied from there. And his interest is peace and conflict studies, and I think he has chosen the right interest because he is brilliant in that. Okay, so all the best wishes for him. And then Abhinav qualified for MA Education. He was also brilliant as far as the nuances of education system is concerned. Then Amanjot, she was associated with us from the very beginning. And similarly Kajal Gupta, so sorry for the name repetition, her name is Kajal Gupta. She also made it to MA Education. She showed faith in me from the initial days to the last, and she eventually made it to the list. And Raksha Singh, she basically made it to disaster management, and we had a lot of discussion over phone how to fill the DAF and how to take the interview, and we had OPI sessions there. She scored well. And then Aishwarya, she is one of the best speakers at the Clubhouse Forum, and she made it to criminology and social justice. She also took essay guidance from me. And then social entrepreneurship, Preetham, he was just brilliant in the 2 interviews he gave, and he's a very good student from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. And then Rashmi Rani, she is also a brilliant writer. She has a good knack for writing. And then Kadamri Bhosle, she is the daughter of a social activist and is going to become a social activist herself. And then Swati Kura, so she calls me Anna, and she is from Hyderabad. She has been associated with me from the very beginning. And Shlesha Shah, basically, I would say she is one of the most hardworking student I have come across, because she had written a lot of essays. Each and every essay she took the feedback, also gave us 2 OPIs. Then Sajana Alakandi, she also applied for OPIs, took AC guidance and DAF guidance. She is also brilliant. And then Toshiba Chaurasia, she also calls me Bhaiya and calls me whenever she is in doubt. She also gave OPI to us. And then we have Meva. Meva is a brilliant student. She is from Jharkhand and had applied for rural development and made it through. Then Jitendra Kumar is of rural development. He also made it, and he also gained from our initiative. Rohit Rajak is the person or the student whose humble donation actually motivated me to continue this initiative. So he is a special person who has always been associated with me. And then Swapnil took OPIs for Dalit and Tribal Studies in the last days and he made it through. Then Happy took my essay guidance and he made it to the disability studies. Now, what is our approach? Our approach is student centric. So we launched several initiatives. Most of them were appreciated by our students. TISS was announced about TISS Math and TISS PAT. So we had essay writing course and TISS Math course for that. But eventually it said that we are not going to conduct TISS Math or PAT. We came up with the best business quizzes and essay guidance. You can still watch some of the business quizzes available on my YouTube channel. We conducted more than 250 mock OPIs of 150 students, and out of that 150 students, almost 60 plus students made it to the finalists. And the panel consisted of 3 people. I was there, then 2 bureaucrats were also there. So they got the best guidance. And then when TISS suddenly announced extempore round, the very next day I started clubhouse session. We conducted extempore session which benefited many. So many of our students got the same topic in the extempore and similar questions in the OPIs. And here you can see the screenshot of a lot many speakers were there and lot many listeners were there. So Clubhouse is a new platform. Still, I took all my students to that particular platform and many followed. More than 200 people followed me out there and they attended the session for extempore. Now, this is a preview of the material you will get. So the material will have minimal writing. So our main focus will be to make you retain whatever you have read. Suppose in this figure only, there are 2 things which came in this year TISS examination. Number 1, Anuradha Paul. If you were aware that Anuradha Paul is associated with tabla, a lady who is associated with tabla, and then Panaral Ghosh, he was associated with flute. It was easy for you to correct 2 of the questions which came this year in TISS. Now this is our approach to solve any quant question. We will follow the common sense approach and visualization technique. For example, you can see a positive integer when divided by q leaves remainder 21. When double that number is divided by q, the remainder is 13. So you can visualize it very well that there is a number. We will cut it into q parts, small q's, then the remainder will be 21. When we will double that number, then there will be 2 21s. Out of that, one part which will be q will be cut off and then the remainder will be 13. So if you will visualize like this, you will get the answer 29, and this was one of the questions this year. So most of the TISS question can be solved by visualization, common sense. So we are going to share you the techniques how to solve these questions and how to avoid the tricks and formulas which confuses a person. Okay, and then you can see this is our English course. First of all, you will get a lot of flashcard of usual vocabularies like ghazal. You can see a photo will be there and the meaning will be there, and then the grammar will be explained to you in a way which is very retentive, through memes, through using the colors. So that will enhance your retentivity. So this was all for today. Thank you. Thanks for watching. And if you want to enroll and associate with us, then you can call at 7764869624 for any of the TISS courses. We will be having a one-to-one relation and you will be getting the best guidance.